Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Destroy Wyrmstooth as the Obsidian Sentinel. This was recommended by GrayKyurem, so you can thank him for this entire series. He was asking if I could play through Wyrmstooth as one of my previous characters, preferably the Obsidian Sentinel. And since the Obsidian Sentinel just trounced all of the other builds as the greatest build ever on the Tamriel Vault, here's another look at the beast itself. I'm playing what I'd consider sort of an enhanced version. I used the Fortify Restoration and Fortify Restoration and Weakness to Frost potions, and then re-equipped all my gear. So my shield does 35%, which is normal, but instead of 60 points of extra magicka, my helmet gives 127. My gauntlets, instead of 35%, are 74% more damage. The boots are 127 instead of 60 points of extra stamina. And the necklace and ring of revival are 105% faster health regeneration instead of 50. And the armor of regeneration is 84% instead of 40%. And when I drank that potion, I was under the influence of the potions. I activated recovery, both perks. So instead of 50% faster magic regeneration, and I mean, normally the Obsidian Sentinel has 0, but just so that I could use a little bit more magic, I went with the recovery, but it turned out to be kind of crazy. Like, I can, for example, I could use, let's say, spear. And as you can see, my magic is regenerating fairly quickly. So this guy's going to be seriously overpowered, and we're probably going to trounce absolutely everything Wyrmstooth has to throw at us. So let's get started.
Aim, run!
Woohoo, yeah! So, to get the quest started, we gotta go talk to a guy that's in the Bannered Mare, or the, yeah, Bannered Mare.
Be careful! I've got to keep my eyes open. Damn it.
What's his name? Lucius something. See, around here.
Security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
Is that him? Aha.
Ah, you made it. I was beginning to think you were never going to show up.
Well, I'm so sorry I had to get ready. Yes, I received your message. Sounds like you're having trouble with a dragon. I had a few stops, yeah.
The problem is straightforward enough, I suppose. A dragon has been attacking settlements throughout the holds. Contingents of guards have been sent after it, but the damn thing has so far managed to evade all our efforts. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lurius Leor with the East Empire Company.
Pleasure. Why does the East Empire Company care about dragon attacks?
How shall I put it? Dragon attacks are very bad for trade. They're also very bad for settlements throughout the holds, hence a commonality. We've been cooperating with the Jarls to pool our resources together towards finding a solution to this issue. I'm sure the collective bounty of 10,000 gold on this dragon should stir enough sword wavers into action should my plan fail.
What kind of plan did you have in mind, exactly?
I know of some mercenaries with exceptional talents.
Why hire mercenaries? I could take the dragon on by myself.
Glad you asked. This dragon has so far proven very difficult to approach. We'll need a team that can cover a lot of ground quickly to corner it. And aside from giants, I'm not sure what else could stand up against a dragon. But that's where you'll come in, Dragonborn. I've assembled a team of the finest mercenaries I know. They've been tracking the dragon from its last known sighting in Falkreath. There's Aether, a Redguard warrior from Hammerfell. He used to be Alakir until he took up mercenary work. Danelit, a Bosmer archer, the most skilled sharpshooter I know. She was recently incarcerated in Solitude for petty theft. Luckily, the Empire was willing to look the other way this time, if it meant putting a stop to this dragon. Shargun, an orc berserker from Nazulba, with the strength of at least 3 of his kind. We'll definitely need him along for the hunt. And Elmira, a mage with some unhealthy fixations, but highly skilled in the arts of the arcane nevertheless.
Okay, so where can I find them then?
I'll mark the rendezvous point on your map. When you get there, speak to Aether. By now, he should know where that dragon's been roosting. If we're lucky, we might be able to get the jump on that dragon and put an end to the trouble it's been causing, once and for all. Godspeed, Dragonborn. I'll be waiting here for your return.
Sounds simple enough. So, meet up with the mercenaries on the road to Falkreath. I guess I'll go to Helgen. And we'll see what they have in mind. I'm not going to bother running through there. So I've got both the Ebony Sword, Legendary, and the Pale Blade. Pale Blade does 1 point less physical damage, but it does 25 points of frost damage, and it fears pretty much everything. All the stronger creatures, for sure. But I don't think we want to be using it against undead. Oh yeah, by the way, did I remember? I was going to play this on Legendary. And we'll see how that turns out. I'll lower it if necessary. Another change I made from my previous playthrough of the Obsidian Sentinel is I'm playing this as an orc instead of an Altmer. So I have a little bit less magicka, but I've got the option of burst damage, basically. That's not you.
Have you ever visited Morrowind, dreadful?
So, you're the one Lurius asked us to wait for. You're this Dragonborn people have been talking about.
That's me.
Well, if Lurius trusts you, then I guess we have no choice. I'm Aether, and this is our little ragtag group assembled by the Empire's coin. I wish we could have met under more favorable circumstances, but I'm afraid we're a little short on time. Good that you arrived when you did. We've been following recent sightings of the dragon in Falkreath Hold. It hasn't attacked Falkreath directly, but its presence is straining trade. Supply shipments through the region have ground to a halt. Seems like they've heard this dragon has a bit of a penchant for them. Why?
Whoa.
Can't say for sure.
I got custom armor, too.
It would make more sense for the beast to hit major population centers. But who knows what their true intentions are.
What the size of this guy? Okay, Lurius told me you may know where it's roosting.
The last witness I spoke to said the dragon had been returning to the same spot in the mountains southeast of Falkreath over the past few days. Ancient's Ascent is likely where it's roosting now, but who knows for how long. I suggest we head there immediately. We may be able to catch it by surprise. We can't do this on our own. That's why Lurius asked for your help. With you on our side, we might just have a chance of pulling this off. Now come on, we need to move quickly.
Alright. Ancient's Ascent is up there. Are you planning on coming? Let's run. It's so foggy. Yeah, I'm liking some of their armor. I don't really care for her her cloak, her half-length cloak, but stray dog. What am I using? Yeah. Ebony sword, absolutely. And become ethereal, not really. Marked for death. Maybe elemental fury from time to time. Actually, this dragon, we might want to use marked for death on it. Let's have that ready just in case. Unless, of course, we're going to run into things. Whoops. No. Elemental Fury, yes. Where to go? Oops. Oh yeah, nice. The good thing about having a frost cloak going all the time is that if they drop down to about 20% health, these things won't be able to stand up. Oh. There you go. Fell down, and there's the dragon.
Pendar Balan Fukai. Finally, warriors worthy of the combat walk before me. I was beginning to think your champions were all powerful. Varuki Toga Ronga Dovaki. This one surprises me with its Dova source. I have heard rumors.
Rumors?
Maybe you are worthy of my Narak Mir gold. It has been a grave for lesser mortals. In your tongue, they call it Wyrmstooth. To the dole, it is the Brumlock Strunma. Seek it, Ya goes Walan, and you shall have the battle you seek.
Find and defeat the dragon. Speak to Aether.
It's just slipped through our fingers. This isn't going to go down well with Lurius. You can count on that.
Seemed like we knew we were coming.
Oh, right. It's probably watching our movements this whole time. It was foolish to think we could just corner it like a wild beast. Seems like the dragon wants us to pursue it to Wyrmstooth. I'm wanting to see why Lurius is involved in this dragon hunt. I'm sure he can explain it better than I can. But for now, we should return to the Bannered Mare and let him know what transpired.
Okay, a lot of running around. Peerless Magicka. I don't really need any of that stuff. Don't need Animal Allegiance either. Okay, return to the Bannered Mare. Well, those frost trolls didn't prove to be not a challenge at all. This thing can regenerate health so fast, it's just ridiculous. And of course, if things get really bad,
Ulfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn.
Right.
A name I'm sure you know well.
I can actually cast, fast healing or something if necessary. Alright, so things didn't go so well.
You're back. I was beginning to think you may never return. So, how did it go? Did you slay the dragon?
Not quite.
What do you mean? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out there pursuing it?
It's headed to a place called Wyrmstooth.
Wyrmstooth? Then it seems that once again that dragon has slipped out of our grasp. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
What do you mean?
There's a reason I'm involved in this little dragon hunt of ours. I manage the Imperial mining settlement at Wyrmstooth.
Aha.
That dragon first showed up a fortnight ago. It began killing miners and burning trade caravans on the road, but never attacked us directly. I tried evacuating people back to the mainland in case it changed its mind, but those miners are a stubborn lot. Foolish, if you ask me. So I hired a group of mercenaries to come to Wyrmstooth and put that dragon to the sword. Sadly, they were never heard of again.
So what happened then?
Things were quiet for a while. I assumed the dragon either went back to sleep or had left the island for good. Either way would be fine with me.
The heck?
But then I heard news that the very same dragon was spotted over Skryim, putting a strain on trade routes, burning caravans and settlements. I came to Skryim at the behest of the East Empire Company. They probably saw this as my responsibility to deal with.
Aha.
I thought I could correct past mistakes by ending things here, but that dragon has proved far more slippery than I had imagined. It seems we have no choice but to pursue it back to where things first started. Back to Wyrmstooth.
Sounds like the dragon wants us to follow it to the island. It also sounds like it's very interested in commerce. Has it asked for you to see your books by any chance?
I'll have a ship ready at the docks in Solitude. Meet me there and we'll set sail for Wyrmstooth. I shouldn't need to remind you that we won't know what to expect when we arrive. You should stock up on whatever supplies you need before we depart. And don't forget, that 10,000 gold bounty is still up for grabs should we actually manage to pull this off.
I don't care about gold. I care about glory. Alright, I think I'll end this episode right here, and we'll see you in Solitude and head over to Wyrmstooth in the next one.